If nothing changes, what does the future of food in Nigeria realistically look like?
I don't think there's any other word than famine. If we are not careful, we're looking at famine in the eyes like this.
Who really carries the responsibilities for this situation? Is it leadership, the system, or even the people themselves?
When you talk about the minimum wage, do you think it's equivalent to how much people buy food? I run an organization where we provide food subsidy. I am not government. We're doing the best we can.
What needs to change immediately for food to become more accessible and affordable again?
People not being able to feed well, it's becoming a privilege. Rich people that can have access to good nutrition.
Welcome to African Voice Podcast, a platform where we have honest conversation about realities shaping African today. Today, we are talking about something that affects everyone. Food. Not just availability, but affordability, access, and the deeper issue behind it. Because in a country like Nigeria with so much potential, the question is, why does it still feel difficult for so many people to eat well? And to explore this, I'm joined with Honorable Adebajo, a leader focused on food system, community, and impact. You are welcome to African Voice Podcast.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let's get straight into it. Let's start from a very honest place. Why does it feel like food is becoming more expensive and less accessible for everybody in Nigeria?
I would say two things: insecurity and fuel, basically. The insecurity is out there. There are places where food is in abundance, but because of the situation of insecurity there's shortage. And before you know it, it affects everybody. Yeah. Wow. So if farmers can't go to the farm, if farmers are attacked at their farms, it affects everybody at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And then coming back to fuel, we all know what it obtains. When there is hike in fuel price, it affects food. It becomes food insecurity. People are not able to, buy because it's expensive. Because before it comes to the market, it's already expensive.
Oh,
yep.
In your view, who really carries the responsibilities for this situation? Is it leadership, the system, or even the people themselves?
Well, I would say it's shared responsibility. Of course, it starts from the government, and then we talk about the people themselves. We even talk about private sector sometimes. So from the government side of things, it has to do with the structures being put in place, lack of proper structures, proper systems. I mean, in Nigeria, we all know how governments respond to, some of these issues. Yeah. And when government don't put the right structures in place, it affects everything. Then the people, sometimes we experience hoarding, we experience overpricing, and a whole lot. Wow. So it's shared responsibility.
Do you see this more as a structural issue or deeper systematic failure over time?
Depends on the government in place, but I would say both. I would say it's both. A lot of times it's about the structures, lack of basic structures. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then, it's both, basically.
It's both, basically. Yeah. Oh, wow. Would you say access to food in Nigeria is slowly becoming a privilege rather than a basic necessity?
I would like to cite an example. When you talk about the minimum wage, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's equivalent to how much people buy food?
No.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's like a privilege for people to find food to eat.
Wow.
Do you understand? And there's a problem then. There's a problem. It becomes a privilege because food is scarce out there, and if you are able to feed well, then you're privileged.
is this government doing anything just to ease the affairs of this food insecurity?
We all have different views. Some will think that government is doing their best, while many of us think that government can do even better. Government can, put things in place, put system in place. In fact, personally, I believe that just the same way we have fuel subsidy at some point, we probably should have food subsidy at this point, because the government policies are appearing harsh. Even if we feel that, okay, they are doing the best for now, some of these policies are inevitable. They have to go that way and all that. Then they must be able to put things in place to ease the stress of the people.
Yeah.
So personally, I believe that we should have a food subsidy system where people are able to buy food at reasonable, affordable prices. Yeah. And you said something earlier, when it comes to the responsibility, is it on the people more or on the government? I said, of course, government. For instance, this subsidy I'm talking about, and the people, private sector, there's a whole lot that a lot of people can do. A lot of us can do. Like, for instance, I run an organization where we provide food subsidy. I am not government, but we're doing the best we can. We organize markets where people buy food at half price. And we go around to different communities and make this available. And we partner with organizations, we partner with even governments.
What is the inspiration behind your organization?
People not being able to feed well. Wow. It's becoming a privilege for people to feed. It's like rich people that can have access to, good nutrition. And that's not okay. Some of us feel that there's something that we can do to, salvage the situation. And that's the inspiration behind the program title.
Let's talk about the system itself. Are there hidden challenges within the food supply chain that most people don't see or understand?
At this point, I would probably like to talk about hoarding, and also the challenges that comes with transportation. For instance, in a place like Benue, yam is in abundance there, right? There's abundance in yam production and all that. But when it comes to Lagos, we get to pay 3 times the amount, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think there should even be a difference if there is a fantastic transportation system. For instance, I don't know why we don't transport food by train, by the rail system in Nigeria. It is not common, it's not rampant. But I think that should even be the main thing. It would be cheaper, and even when the roads are bad, we can escape, the bad roads and all that. Because it comes to a place like Lagos, it comes more expensive. So these are some of the things that people don't see. They just, they probably don't understand why food, becomes expensive here. And it's cheaper in the northern parts.
Yeah. Wow. On the business aspect and the necessity, at what point does food shift from being a basic human need to becoming purely a business?
In some other sinner climes, permit me to use that word, food is almost like what we call pure water here. Right? You get food at very cheap prices. And that's because their government, it's more like a normal thing. It is not always business, like you said.
Yeah.
In this part, everything is,
It's
business. Everything. Everything. Like I talked about the hoarding and pricing, high pricing and all that earlier. Things that are supposed to be very cheap becomes very expensive because somebody somewhere is just putting the price. It's business. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Whereas even policies can, forbid people from actually putting just any price like that.
Yeah.
You can have some regulation that makes sure that the prices are regulated and nobody is just, doing business with what is supposed to be pure water, like I said earlier.
Food is supposed to be like a sachet water everywhere.
It's supposed to be accessible. It's supposed to be affordable. It's supposed to be, commodities that everyone can access easily.
Solution and impact of food crisis in Nigeria. If we are being practical, what needs to change immediately for food to become more accessible and affordable again?
I would say the government really needs to sit tight and invest more in agriculture. They have to be intentional about agriculture. They have to fix policies that directly affect food system in Nigeria. They have to solve insecurity challenges. They have to secure the farming communities. They have to make sure that, farmers are able to, work. In fact, they should invest in them, provide fertilizers, provide, tractors, everything that they need to, put in place to make agriculture boom again in Nigeria. They need to fix roads. They need to decentralize these systems. For instance, local governments can actually, build aggregation systems and make sure that ordinary people can even, farm and produce within the localities. There's actually a lot that can be done, but basically let the government invest more in agriculture.
To empower people that are in agricultural sector.
Exactly.
For instance, I got one controversial video on the internet where someone come out to say most of our youth are now lazy and none of them want to go into agricultural business. What do you think about that? They feel it cannot sort their bills.
Some years ago, I and a friend of mine were putting together a project where our aim was basically to make agriculture attractive to young people. I can remember using the word funkify agriculture. Agriculture probably becomes the new cool. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So there were things that we wanted to do. We actually wanted to partner with the government, to create a buzz for agriculture in a way that there are some policies, that some things that are taken care of already. And the next thing we want to do is to, bring in a lot of young people, make room for them to come and work in the agricultural industry, make it very attractive, put everything in place. Do you understand? Storage or investment or farming estates, make sure that there's work, there's attractive working system in the agricultural sector such that people will be attracted. Young people especially will be attracted. In fact, we're thinking of having the likes of Funke Akindele, Odunlade Adekola, celebrities can actually become ambassadors for such a project
to influence
the young people, to make it attractive, to invite them, put things in place to make sure that people are attracted to agriculture. It can be a very massive chain system where, we have people that don't even have to go to the farm. Some have the passion to be in the farm. Some probably want to do the transportation part of it. Some want to do storage part of it. Some want to even do influencing. Some want to, there's a whole lot that can happen in the agricultural sector. And before you know it, it becomes a boom. It becomes the next oil in Nigeria.
As it should be.
As it should be.
And what role can individual, especially young people, play in improving this situation?
Like I said earlier, there's a whole lot that can happen. Even influencing.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
We can bring social media influencing into this stuff. Like I was saying earlier, people can, come together and make agriculture work again. We need to start putting off all our concentration in oil and, some other natural resources. There's agriculture. We have the farmlands. We have abundant land in Nigeria.
Yeah.
There's so much underutilized land in Nigeria. We can turn some of these lands into farm estates where we put in fact, we make it urban agriculture such that it's not you going to the farm and carrying cutlass and hoe or whatever. It is urban agriculture where everything is, mechanized. Everything is, easy actually. And then people can earn well from agriculture. And before you know it, there's abundance in food supply.
You have been actively working on this space. What inspired initiatives like Inspire Food Markets and Renew Hope Food Markets?
Okay, I'll tell you. Some time ago, there was so much, in fact, really massive food inflation. I can remember one day I wanted to buy yam. I had to pay 7,000 naira. The same yam that I used to buy at 800 naira.
Wow.
1,002 thereabouts. And I had to pay 7,000 naira. There were a lot of other food items that were very expensive all of a sudden. And it affected me, it pains me. People message me and they're asking for 1K, just to eat, just to feed. And that is not because some of them are not working, but it is not commensurate to what they have to pay for food. And it went on and on like that. Inflation kept rising. And I thought to myself that we have to do something. I mean, we don't have to wait for government all the time. There are people in the social development industry, civil society organization that can also do something.
Yeah.
So I took it upon myself to, come up with this project where we go out to communities and we make food very, very affordable. And you can't imagine the smiles on people's face. Thousands of people come to buy food at Inspire Markets where they buy at half price. And it's very simple. We get sponsors. We get private organizations that want to be seen as doing something. Some of these people have CSR's commitment. And we just, convince them and persuade them to look into food security. Join us to make food affordable for the communities. And that's it. And then we also beckon on these local governments where we go to and partner with them. And, they also join us to make food affordable. So all of the food that people buy, thousands of them come to buy, they buy at half price. Egg selling for 5,000 out there, 6,000 per crate.
Yeah.
We sell at 3,000. We just half everything. Even carton of Indomie that's sold for 10,000 out there, we sell for 5,000. Just so that people are relieved of the harsh economy.
Wow.
Right. Wow. So talk about the Renewed Hope Food Market. It is something that is running out soon. We're taking advantage of the electioneering process. All of these politicians want to be seen as doing some, good things for their people. And of course, we just talk to them, they partner with us, and we roll out food markets where people buy food at half price. And that's just it. At the end of the day, thousands of people are smiling. They're able to feed fine. And that's our own dream come true.
Wow. This has already answered the next question I wanted to ask, which is what kind of impact have you seen so far from these efforts?
It's actually inspiring, seeing thousands and thousands of people, able to feed fine, able to have access to good nutrition, able to buy food at affordable prices against the food inflation out there. It's inspiring. It's something that I see as a dream come true.
Wow.
Yeah.
If nothing changes, What does the future of food in Nigeria realistically look like?
I don't think there's any other word than famine. If we are not careful, we're looking at famine in the eyes like this. If we are not careful, we don't take drastic steps now to salvage the situation, to make sure that systems are put in place to take agriculture to the next level, then we are probably looking at famine.
Wow.
And that's a really bad one.
Wow. Let's talk about this. What advice do you have for the youths or even other people that have retired and doing well? Maybe one way or the other, they have enough money and they are looking up to venture into something very profitable. As we dive into the agricultural sector of it now, do you have any advice for them?
So definitely, I definitely advise people to go into agriculture, even young people. I mean, there's actually a whole lot. There's a whole lot that they can do. I mean, for instance, the food markets that we organize, we have vendors that bring their food to sell at our market. And the good thing is that they don't even make loss at all. Yes, we sell at 50%, but we make sure that they even make gains. You understand? Because we actually, base the whole thing on retail price.
Yeah.
Whatever they're selling in their shop, that one day they come to Inspire Market and they sell a whole lot. Wow. That's good business for them. So you see, there's actually business on that, space too. I mean, not to now talk of, there's several crops that are actually cash cows. There are several crops that are actually cash cow in this country. I mean, I would try not to mention any, but there's actually a whole lot. There's a whole lot. So I feel like people are neglecting agriculture. They are not seeing, the good parts of agriculture. But I think they should start considering agriculture. Apart from the fact that it is very profitable, it is very lucrative.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it is something that eventually impacts us as a people. It drives us forward as a people. I encourage people to go into agriculture.
So for anyone looking up to either partner with you or reach out with you in one way or the other, how can they reach you?
As a matter of fact, we're looking for partners. We're looking for partners because, what we have done in Lagos, now we are launching the one that goes round the federation. Right. We're going around the whole of Nigeria, and then we're organizing food markets where thousands of people, millions of people are able to buy food, all their food produce at half price. Wow. So, of course, I can't do this alone. I definitely need a lot of people to come together, join hands with us, and make food affordable for our people.
But how is this limited to Nigerian alone? How about our brothers and our families in other African countries?
As a matter of fact, I had a meeting just a few days ago, and it was filled with diaspora people. But, making some plans and trying to bring them in to actually, get some things done.
Wow. So how can they reach out to you?
My name is Abiola Adebajo. I'm all over social media. My social media handle is at Abiola_Adebajo. That's simple.
Thank you so much for coming to African Voice Podcast.
Thank you.
This has been a very important conversation, not just about food, but about system, responsibility, and the future of everyday life in Nigeria.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we come to the end of today's section. Thank you.